You guys saw the title. Let's do this. So I should probably preface all this by saying that China is interesting on Geoguessr in particular because they don't have Google there, and so a lot of the stuff that you're about to see isn't official coverage. They have something called Baidu, which is basically their Google, and it does have map coverage, but it doesn't integrate well with Geoguessr. So most of the stuff you're gonna see here is probably user-submitted unofficial coverage. Also, I think China in particular is super interesting because you hear about it all the time, but there's not really on-the-ground footage of stuff that happens there on a daily basis. See, it looks like they're having fun over here. Just a couple guys laughing, probably playing PUBG. Make sure for no more than an hour. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and act like I have any idea where we are because I've never been to China. Actually, I don't know why I just lied to you. I've been to Hong Kong, so I've technically been to China. Looks like a bit of a tourist destination, just a ton of shops around here. Seems to be a lot of people from out of town. Also, the name of this map is Top Sites to See in China. So I'd be remiss if I didn't put it in a somewhat popular spot. Let's go in the Fujian region at Xiamen. It really wasn't that bad of a guess. Okay, so are we in southern France or are we in China? This looks so much like European architecture. Oh no, never mind. We're definitely in China. There's the windmill that powers all the Bitcoin mining. I mean, this also could just be Tiananmen Square where they had that giant massacre and then they... but then again, it doesn't look too much like it. How about we go to Wuhan? Okay, so it looks like we're at a golf club, so not sure why that's considered to be a famous site. Now, if you guys have ever wondered how the citizens of the most populated country in the world live, well, here's your answer. It looks like 6-story apartment buildings, and you know it's crowded in there because they're hanging their clothes not only on their balconies, but in the hallways it looks like as well. But besides that, looks pretty normal to me. Just a few lads chilling over here. So I'm gonna go Beijing, and I was very wrong. All right, so here's the spawn. That looks like an MGM Grand Hotel, which could be a casino, which means we could be in Macau because that is the gambling capital of the East. We were in Paris. How did I not realize? Is it like an international rule that every country needs to have an Eiffel Tower replica? It's like when all the countries signed the Treaty of Versailles, France just slid in this little Easter egg. I have a good feeling this is in Macau just because of the MGM Grand Hotel, which is like almost certainly a casino. All right, let's drop this bad boy in Zhuhai. Let's go! I'm actually quite happy about that one. Every single time I see a square, I think it's Tiananmen Square. That's how limited my knowledge on China is. Okay, so we can move a little bit, so let's look around here. Perhaps we talk to some locals? Excuse me, sir. Do you want to tell us where we are, please? Oh, you said we're in Shanghai. You know what? That would make sense because we are a bit coastal. Oh, and you said we're in Gulu Town? So this time we were in Wuhan. I don't know why. I feel like this place has been in the press pretty recently. Okay, so hear me out. This is probably in the Himalayan region, probably near Nepal somewhere. I feel like every time we're near the base of Mount Everest, they always have like all these flags and stuff around. It just doesn't seem super Chinese. It feels like it's more of like this regional, celebratory, Himalayan type thing. I mean, it's certainly Chinese script, so of course we're still gonna be in China, but I just feel like it's very close to the Nepal area. I could be completely wrong. It could just be north of Beijing, but sometimes you guys gotta trust me. And right now is one of those times. So we'll go southern Tibet near Kathmandu. And right now is one of those times. Okay, guys, so hear me out here. I don't know if there's Apple stores in China, like mainland China. I know that they're in Hong Kong and Macau, but I don't think that mainland China has access to Apple stores. I might be wrong on that, but also what I noticed is there's a lot of English on these billboards, which makes me believe that it's probably Hong Kong here. Yeah, Prada store, Cartier. This is certainly not mainland China, so it comes down to Hong Kong or Macau. And if you want to get really historical here, this clock tower looks like something the Brits would have built when they colonized Hong Kong.
Are you dumb? Are you getting rude to man?
So every part of my being says this is Hong Kong. So if this is not Hong Kong, then I clearly know absolutely nothing, and you should never watch one of my videos again. Please be Hong Kong. All right, I'll see you guys later. Okay, now we are high definition. That is a... Yankee hats everywhere. This place is popping. Everybody's dripping with their Nikes. And I mean, you know, I just don't think it's crowded enough to be Beijing or Shanghai. This might be a more obscure city. Let's go back to Wuhan. So it was a bit more obscure. Xi'an. Why is this the most beautiful 360 street view I've ever seen? So this is the Shanghai skyline, but just the way the colors look and the sun is setting on the river, enough to make a grown man cry. Are these the same group of guys? Are they that fast they're transcending time? So there's 7 lads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How does that happen? People love to say that we can't time travel, and then they ignore clear as day evidence of people literally time traveling in front of us. This one I'm confident about. Let's go. Okay, this actually looks like Russia. This does not look like China. Zukon Ancient City. Unfortunately, I don't have the attention span to look for that city on the map. So instead, I'll just 360 pan the camera and make low-hanging observations, as I've been doing. Let's actually go into this festival because we do have the scroll capability. I love how there's just a single chair facing the entrance. If I was this restaurant owner, I would have a person in the party that's about to be seated sitting in that chair so then they know they're up next. Hello, dog. I was going to make a joke, but let's keep this PG. All right, I've seen enough here. I think this is probably somewhere in Western China. Let's go Chengdu. You know what? It's actually pretty impressive how wrong I've been because you'd think that at some point I'd get something right. Look at all these Gen Z boomers with their phones out. What could they possibly be taking a picture of? A tree? Oh, a panda. Oh my God, wait, that's actually really cool. That is actually very cool. I'm going to give my first ever applause. Oh shit, there's another one. And another one. There's 3 pandas in this picture. This makes all the struggle worth it. Okay, so that explains it because we're in a bamboo forest. And isn't their diet like 99% bamboo? Wait, there's a red panda nearby. Let's find it. You guys aren't red pandas. I've been lied to. Wow, this guy actually became a panda. Like the guy from Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, that's a bummer. We didn't see the red pandas anywhere. My life is complete. I don't even care where this is. I'm just gonna go Beijing again. This feels incredibly important. I feel like I'm not supposed to be here. I feel like this is where the Communist Party meets to train. Either that or it looks like the main dojo from Kung Fu Panda. But isn't it really the same thing? And as everybody knows, every major event in China happens in Beijing. Let's go! Woo! And I got a badge too. Okay, we have a ton of flags around here. So the Chinese flag, what's that other one? Could be the Kazakhstan flag actually. Yeah, it's definitely the Kazakhstan flag. Oh. Yeah, no, this is definitely Tiananmen Square. So this is where the student-led protests of 1989 against the Communist Party for economic reforms were squashed by the Communist Party. Now it all makes sense. There's good old Mao Zedong just chilling up there. So we finally made it to one of the most controversial landmarks in the East. Okay, I'm over this place already. Beijing. Okay, I have a feeling this is a very famous landmark because I've seen this in pictures before. It seems more people are fixated on taking pictures with this than the square itself. But either way, I have no idea where we are. So again, I'm gonna go Beijing. One of these days I'll get it right. And that day is today. So as a bonus round, I wanted to find the Great Wall of China because I feel like they kind of slighted us by not showing us the Great Wall. So I found a map called Great Wall of China or Stockholm IKEA. So which one do you think this is? It's gotta be the Great Wall. What? No way. All right, so here is actually the Great Wall of China, which when you really think about it, how crazy is it that this is an actual thing that was built thousands of years ago? I don't know how long this thing is, but even with modern technology, this would take us thousands of years to build, especially since the fastest growing subreddit is r/anti-work. But on some real shit, this is incredible. Also, my least favorite thing is when people say, oh, you could see the Great Wall of China from space. That's not true. You can't see the Great Wall of China from space. I actually don't think there's any man-made structure that could be seen from orbit. But I do know where this is, and it's right here on top of Beijing. I mean, it's massive, so let's just throw it on here. There you go.